Hey guys, Josh Abshire here again. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Taking on the Wild. We wanted to get you guys out here today on the Stevens project. We're in Granville County where we've got a pretty unique opportunity to get some cool footage of the active job where we've got both logging and clearing food plot development going on at the same time. So we wanted to make sure we got you guys out here to kind of show the benefits of timber management and how that can go along with improving a property for recreational use as well. So thanks for joining us. We're going to show you some clips of what we got going on around here, and y'all stay tuned.
Wildflow Land and Wildlife Management was founded in 2018 with a desire and passion to develop and maintain natural habitat and its wildlife. Our mission is to create future values and opportunities for all of our customers, their properties, and the wildlife that call them home. We want to take you along on this journey in our video series, Taking on the Wild, where we bring you along on this wildlife adventure that we call Every Day.
So for the last 30 or 40 years, this farm has been primarily managed for timber growth and timber production. It's easy to see behind me that the landowner has a great stand of pine trees, but as you all know, a pine tree doesn't produce any source of food for our wildlife. We've got bedding, we've got water on this property, but what we're lacking is food. So the landowner decided for us at Canal to conduct a quail woods timber harvest, which is a heavy thinning on a mature stand of pine, in order to generate some income out of the land to reinvest back into some food plot installation that we've got Wildflow out here doing today. So pretty neat opportunity where trees are falling, excavators and dozers are coming in right behind them, and the end result is going to be a beautiful pine plantation with three different food plots out here that are going to be ready to get planted this fall. So we're extremely excited for the landowner and look forward to seeing what he can harvest out here off the property here this fall.
Hey guys, we just wanted to talk a little bit about the financial side of things in regards to what we're doing out here on this track today. I'm gonna let Josh talk about what kind of money someone can get for doing strategic timber harvests like this.
Obviously, every property is different. Every tract has a different value as far as the stand of timber goes. Largely depends on location, size, species, and things of that nature. A lot of times we see first commercial thinnings on younger stand of pines range anywhere from $300 to $600 an acre, and a more mature stand like this that's primary saw timber can reach up and upwards of $1,000 or more per acre. So it's really important to contact us, and we're always more than happy to come out and take a look and give you a good evaluation of what it is that you have and how that money can go in along with your recreational development goals and wildlife goals and things of that nature. So we just felt like this was a perfect example of showing how a landowner can benefit from harvesting a mature, healthy stand of pines and seeing that money go right back into the land, and not only using it immediately for wildlife and recreational value, but having future sale and improvements on the property in mind if you ever were to want to sell this piece of land.
And from a real estate standpoint, you know, Josh helps folks buy and sell trees. I help folks buy and sell recreational property, and properties that are managed to this degree always have a higher sale price. You know, it's turnkey, it's ready to go, all the boxes are crossed off, and even though there is a commercial timber harvest being conducted, it's being done with wildlife habitat and enhancement in mind. And a year from now, after this track has been burned and these food plots have been planted, there's going to be an exponential increase in the deer and turkeys on this track. It's going to be a lot more aesthetically pleasing. You know, this property was kind of diamond in the rough when we got started, and a year from now it's going to be the prettiest thing you've ever seen.
All that we've done out here, this has all been done in about a week's time. So with the right operators, the right game plan, and putting all the puzzle pieces together, a lot can be accomplished in a very short period of time.
Josh, you work for Canal Wood.
Yep.
Canal Wood purchased this timber.
Correct.
And then you guys are having a logger contracted to harvest these trees.
Yep.
And get them to the mill for you all.
Correct. So our job at Canal is to not only help manage the timber and align that with the landowner's goals, but also market this timber to the highest value sawmills and paper mills around. So This landowner, we started about a week ago on the thinning. We're gonna cut him a check every week. So he's paid for every pound of wood that's hauled out of here. With these 3 food plots that we've added, Mr. Stevens is gonna have anywhere from 4 to 5 acres of plantable dirt to create a food source for the animals on the property. This timber harvest is essentially an alternative to clear cutting, to where the trees have matured, but we're removing a large volume from it while still leaving it aesthetically pleasing and still looks like a forest.
And we'll manage these with prescribed fire every couple years. This timber harvest, what we call on a quail woods cut, is opening up the tree canopy, allowing sunlight to the forest floor, allowing native grasses and forbs to grow, which is not only a food source, but also bedding and nesting habitat for both deer and turkeys. And when we run a fire through here, depending on what kind of species are growing in the understory, sweet gums in North Carolina seem to really pop after a clear cut or a heavy thinning like this. So we might gear more towards a growing season burn and knock those back. But being able to control this stand with prescribed fire every few years is basically hitting a reset button and making sure that this doesn't grow up real thick and nasty, and it keeps that aesthetic appeal, but it's also helping with wildlife in mind. The last thing I want to hit on is, a lot of people that are fortunate enough to afford recreational properties, when they're harvesting timber, that income is getting added to their normal day-to-day income, which may or may not put them in a higher tax bracket and kind of hit them below the pants with taxes. And that's something that we all try to be conscious of. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that to some degree, we can help come up with game plans for the landowner, to where if there's direct needs for clearing food plots after timber's been done, or some road work needs to be done, or maybe even the possibility of building a pond on that property, there is a way to where Wildflow can do that heavy equipment work and can pay Wildflow to do that work with the timber proceeds money, so that the landowner is paying taxes on a lower amount of income, which might help keep them out of that tax bracket and also helps them further improve the value and from a monetary standpoint and from a wildlife and aesthetic standpoint.
Thank y'all for joining us on another episode of Taking on the Wild out here in Granville County on the Stevens Project. We hope all this information was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
If you guys would, like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. That'll give you a notification and let you know when our next video is coming out. For now, take care.